Welcome back to the Infowarrior. Before I talk about this 100% solar-powered stadium built in Taiwan, I want to tell you about AlexJonesRingtones.net. That's AlexJonesRingtones.net. You want the best of the Alex Jones rants, they're over there. I know I haven't gotten my stuff over there yet. I need to get my stuff over there as well. But they're a cool little tool. You know, you have your ringtone as an Alex Jones rant. All of a sudden you're in public. It goes off. Somebody listening over, they're like, hey, what's that? Oh, you haven't heard about Alex Jones, Infowars.com, the Obama deception? It's a really good way to break the ice. It's something like a T-shirt or a hat or a button, you know, something people will notice in public. And, you know, having Alex Jones going off about 9/11 being an inside job, the bankers owning Obama, it's just really provocative and a cool way to get the message out there. AlexJonesRingtones.net. So, this stadium, hopefully we're going to hit the article over at prisonplanet.tv so you can see this. This is the World Games Stadium. The dragon-like structure you see under construction in these photos is the World Games Stadium in Taiwan, which is being built for the upcoming World Games. And what looks like dragon scales from afar are actually 8,844 solar panels, which is enough to satisfy all the stadium's energy needs and then some. And folks, it looks pretty neat. If you're not looking at it, it looks pretty cool. The 14,155 M2 roof has the potential to generate 1.14 gigawatt hours of electricity every year, which is actually enough to power 80% of the stadium's surrounding neighborhood when it's not in use. Wow. It was designed by Japanese architect Toyo Ito and cost around $150 million to build and can hold 55,000 spectators. That's pretty, $150 million, that's like a drop in the bucket. Hollywood movies cost that. That's actually really cheap, wow. And in case you were wondering, the World Games is kind of like the Olympics, except that 30 different competitions, including diverse sports like skydiving, billiards, frisbee, sumo, and tug of war. In other words, eventually, events that I'd actually like to see. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let's take some calls. Let's go to Sean in Utah. Sean, you're on the line.
Hey, Jason. How you doing tonight?
All right, man.
Thanks for all your work. Appreciate it. You're doing really good on the radio. I'm glad to see it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I just had a quick comment. That Come and Take a T-shirt from Infowars is a great tool. I got that shirt and just been walking around with it, you know, and it's a really good conversation starter. So.
Yeah, no, people, exactly. That's another great, that's why we have these new T-shirts, because you want to be provocative. You want people to ask questions. Hey, why are you wearing that? What does that mean? What's at that website? And you generate a buzz, and you actually build a grassroots movement and awakening, not a media-controlled, montage of Glenn Beck and Sean Hannity telling you that Obama's the bad guy and that we need to regulate taxes. Well, that's the, oldest rhetoric in the book. Hold over. We're going to hold Sean over. We're going to go to Josh, Ryan, Steven, and others. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.com.
What can you do to keep you and your family safe from the resistant new strains of deadly bacteria and viruses? Check out supernaturalsilver.com today, or visit the link on Infowars.com to find out more about this incredible new silver compound. The new silver solution is a natural antibiotic that is clinically tested to kill viruses, germs, bacteria, and yeast safely. This new technology has proven itself to be a formidable weapon against bio-threats of today and tomorrow. The new silver solution gel has been shown to disinfect topically and keep the area sanitized for up to 4 hours. The new silver solution is a highly effective, potent nanoparticle solution that is lethal to bacteria, yeast, and viruses. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and see the amazing line of products they have available. Check out the patented new silver solution today. Click on the link and check out the uses for new silver solution. Order this extra line of defense today by going to supernaturalsilver.com. That's supernaturalsilver.com today.
This is the GCN Radio Network, home to hard-hitting talk radio.
I knew she was a virgin when I first met her, rocking stockings and popping out of the Catholic school. 19-year-old psychotic trying to be lyrical. I never meant to break the heart of a couple life, but I was careless. Instead of treating her right, I seen her again at some club stripping and wondered if I could have made her life different. I made a mistake. Yes, I did. Damn, shorty. You got me on.
You know what's always great to accompany those kind of T-shirts is burned DVDs, and I often walk around with Loose Change Final Cut or Fabled Enemies DVDs on me, and especially if I'm wearing my Investigate 9/11 shirt. So you get kind of like a 2-for-1. Somebody sees that, they start talking to you, hey, check out this DVD. You know, do you ever do that, Sean? You ever carry the DVDs around?
Yeah, I've been burning the Freedom to Fascism.
No, that's a good one.
I live in a strong Mormon area. And so I'm trying to get in that way. With the Freedom of Fascism is a good introduction. You get what I'm saying?
No, you know, it's not only a good introduction, but they get into the North American Union and they get into the microchip on top of that after the Real ID card. So I think it's even better than a good introduction. I think it's one of the best films out in the Patriot movement, and I really think that's why it was targeted in that MIAC report. I thank you for the call, Sean. Let's go to Josh in North Carolina. Josh, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hey, how's it going this evening, Jason?
Good, man.
Excellent. So I have a couple things I'd like to just bring up. The first, of course, is a news article that was in the New York Times, and it was actually also posted on the forum by a Hero member, Iridium K Factor.
Okay.
But this is big because, okay, I'll just read the headline and a couple things and keep it brief. President Obama told human rights advocates at the White House on Wednesday that he was mulling the need for a preventative detention system.
You know, I had that story and I didn't print it out. I read it today. You're right. Preventative detention is the new theme, and that really means that they'll just detain you with nothing, with no probable cause whatsoever. And it just shows that it's an extension of the Bush administration's policy, if not, you know, just an outright. I can't believe that we're actually openly talking about this stuff, and it's a headline in the New York Times, and I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, okay, well, let's see. There's a link directly on the forum. It's under the news tips section on the Prison Planet forum that has the direct link. Oh man, they want me to log in.
No, yeah, you know what you need to do? You need to go to the Cash Aid stories, and that's how you beat that, because they do that sometimes over at the New York Times. Yeah, well, whatever. They're going to do what they're going to do. The bottom line is the guy says that he's for preventative detention. That is outright against the Constitution and Bill of Rights, an extension of the Patriot Act, 1-2, the Military Commissions Act. That's how these guys roll.
Exactly. And, it goes, even beyond that because, he's basically, if you look at it at face value, given things like PD-51 and precedents like Rex 84, he's establishing an open precedent, perhaps, at this point.
Yeah, no, he is. And on top of that, with this swine flu scare, if they do go to pandemic level 6, hey, we need to detain these guys because now they might have bombs of swine flu. I mean, with this New York story, that's what really scares me. These guys supposedly put those fake bombs outside of Jewish temples. But how involved were the FBI? Were the FBI the ones that actually cooked up the plot? They obviously gave them the explosives, so these guys probably didn't have any way to get real explosives. I mean, they look like a couple of street hoods at best out of New York City. Time will tell. I thank you for the call, my man.
It's also, let me just bring this one thing up. That reminds me of something that got like almost zero news coverage, and this is really, really big. And basically, I'll try and make it quick. There was a guy in New Hampshire who was going to set off a dirty bomb, and it was reported about in the local New Hampshire newspaper, and there's also a link to it on the forum. And his wife shot him in the head. And that's
Hold over. We'll talk about it on the other side. Hold over, Josh. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. We'll be back after this, talking a little terror.